Morning students, let's continue chapter 2. Now the last topic of the chapter is trade policy. Trade policy. Trade means buying and selling, or trade with other countries of the world refers to export and import. Export and import. So the policy which is related with export and import of the country, that is called trade policy. Export means the goods which are produced in our country but demanded in rest of the world. Import means goods are produced in rest of the world but are demanded in our country. Now, what was the policy which was related with export and import, that is called trade policy? This trade policy was followed by one strategy of the government, that is called import substitution or inward looking trade strategy. Inward looking trade strategy. Inward looking trade strategy. Now, import substitution or inward looking trade strategy is the same thing. From its name, it's very clear. Import substitution. Import means the goods that we are used to import or get it from rest of the world. Try to find out the substitution. Substitution is clear? Substitution means when your economics teacher is on leave, other teacher comes as a substitution. In the same way, the goods that we are used to import from the rest of the world, try to find out the substitutes within the country or to produce substitutes within the country. As when we got independence, we were used to import food grains from America. With the help of Green Revolution, we started producing within the country. In the same way, whatever the goods that we were used to import in the industrial sector, try to produce within the country. To follow this import substitution policy, government has put certain restrictions. One restriction is in the form of tariff. Tariff means taxes. The goods that India was used to import from rest of the world till 90s, that were heavily taxed by the government. When tariffs or taxes are imposed by the government, these taxes were heavy, increasing. So the demand for imported goods within the country was declining. There was less demand, so the producers would not be able to import those goods. Not only tariffs, then second restriction imposed by the government was, that is quota restriction. Quota means fixation of physical quantity. Like there is a quota system in our country that this much under any government jobs, that this quota is for SCs, BCs, servicemen, then for the freedom fighters, for the widows, etc. Quota means fixation of seats. In the same way, the government has fixed quota for the imported items. This quota may be in physical terms or may be in monetary terms. Physical terms means like India is used to import any machine, the cost of the machine is 10 lakh. Then the government has imported physical limit, not more than 5 machines. This is physical restriction under quota system. Second is monetary restrictions in the form of monetary value, not more than 50 lakh. This is quota restrictions and tariff restrictions. So the import in the country were reduced. We were producing the goods within the country. That is also called inward looking trade strategy of the government. We have to see within the country. Now till 1990s, there were heavy restrictions on import. That's why import has declined. Industrial production has increased in the country. By following this inward looking strategy, the India has got certain benefits and, that is, non-benefits or merits or demerits also. Now there are certain merits or good impacts of inward looking trade strategy. First impact is, that is, increase in percentage of GDP. When we got independence, exact 11.8% of the GDP was obtained from industrial sector. When we got independence, or when the data is given, that is 1950s. This chapter is related with 1950 to 1990s. In 1950s, the percentage of industrial sector in the GDP was 11.8%. In 1990s, it has reached to 24.6. That is more than double. 11.8 to 24.6. It shows that there is an improvement in industrial sector of the country. Second point is, that is related with indigenous industries. Indigenous industries. Now the goods that we were used to import from other countries, with indigenous technique we have started growing within the country. Now India was till 90s, India was used to produce all the goods within the country, especially electronics and automobile industries. We have achieved a diversification. Variety of goods we are producing within the country. This way, the GDP of the country has increased. It has helped to take out the economy from that stagnation that we had during independence. This policy is having certain drawbacks also. Every coin has two sides. While following inward-looking trade strategy, protection was given to the industrialists from the foreign competition. So there are certain drawbacks. First drawback is, that is, monopoly of public sector industries. Monopoly of PSUs. Monopoly means, we have done in class 11th also, mono means single, poly means seller. So it means the government was the only seller, only producer. From bread to soap and big machines, everything was under the control of the government. Industries were exclusively reserved for the public sector. So due to that, public sector industries has become a house of pilferings, corruption, because the employees of these public sector units were used to get salaries from the government, but were not taking interest for the improvement. Then second drawback is monopoly of public sector undertakings, that is political inviolability. Even the governments were also aware that public sector undertakings, because of lack of competition, they have become house of pilferage, corruption, but no government has dared to do the disinvestment of these public sector undertakings or to sell out these dead and sick units to the private sector, because there was a political compulsion on them, because India is having a democratic form of government. If these public sector undertakings would be disinvested, then that government will not be able to get votes in the next election. So there are certain positive and negative impacts of inward looking trade strategy. Now students, we have done from 1950 to 1990s the state of agriculture sector, the state of industrial sector, and the trade policy of the government, its positive and negative impacts. Complete your back exercises. I am sending you the question answers and read the chapter thoroughly.